studio is now an Oscar nominee.
So while I was shooting, there was a scene where I fell from the cycle. I think I have really improved while doing ballika vadhu with him.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम स्वाति मिश्रा है। बताना चाहूँगी कि आपकी लॉटरी लग चुकी है। अगर आपको इस लॉटरी का लाभ उठाना है तो मुझे आप 16 अंकों की डिजिट और 3 अंकों का CVV कोड बता दें।
Sparsh, good to see you, man. How are you?
See you, I'm good.
And normally, we are supposed to supply stars with coffee. I think one of the rare occasions in a 2.5-decade career where the guest has brought me up some coffee. Saying, brother, I was thinking of you and I was having some coffee, so I got you some coffee. So thanks for that, man. It's really sensitive and sweet of you.
Thank you.
It's amazing. Listen, there must be lots of euphoria, jubilation, happiness amongst your friends, amongst your family, amongst Kiran, Aamir Khan Productions. Talk about the announcement of the Oscars and what kind of effect it had on you.
So I was at my hometown and I was in conversation with some of my family member, and then my phone was on silent.
And this is Agra, huh? You'd gone back to Agra.
It's Agra, yeah. So my phone was on silent, and then it suddenly started buzzing, ringing, and I saw some 15 missed calls. And then suddenly, when I picked up my phone, it was Romil calling. Romil is the casting director of the film. So he was calling, and the first thing he said, "Brother, we are in the Oscars." And I was like, what the hell? Because 2 days back, we were discussing that if we will make it to the Oscars or not, and we were not sure of it. मैं तो बहुत ही राइसी था. But then he was really confident, and then he called me and was like, "Brother, we are in the Oscar," and I got a bit emotional. Also, the family was highly emotional. It's pretty a feeling, yeah.
But now the tough part is trying to convince them to put you on a plane to go to the Oscars.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And we are looking forward for it.
I'm sure, it's if Slumdog Millionaire could take so many people there.
Yeah.
Aamir and Kiran are very gracious, wonderful people.
Absolutely.
As many as they will allow, they will take them there. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely.
But really, I mean, it is a very rightful, just award for a film that you guys have worked so hard on.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you gave what, 2.5, 3 years of your life to this film?
2.5, 3 years to the of life, and as a surgery. While I was shooting, there was a scene where I fell from the cycle. Then, I had a ligament surgery after that. But the production house was so kind to take all the expenses. Yeah. But,
So this ligament surgery involved you, them putting some pins, plates, wires to get the joint work?
I think they happened to put a rubber sort of something to give that strong strength to the ligament. I don't know what is there inside. I have to go and visit that operation.
As long as it doesn't go beep beep when you go into an airport. The metal detector.
No.
And which scene was this when you're riding a cycle?
I think it happened when I was, there's one particular scene that you see in the trailer as well, where Deepak is cycling fast to reach to pool, to reach to the station, and then I fell off from the cycle. It's a crazily short scene, and that happened naturally. It was not planned. So the cycle was like pretty old and junked. Chain got stuck and I couldn't pedal. So I had to I didn't want to say cut because a train is passing from behind and you can't stop the train and reset. It'll take you an hour to do that. So I was like, what I'll do is, my impulse was to jump off from the cycle and start running. And to do that, I took that decision on the take and then I fell bad. So I think that's where it got.
Well, hazards of the profession, and you have the marks of a warrior who goes into battle. I'm very intrigued to know that you came to Mumbai first at the age of 11. For those of you living under a rock, he comes to Mumbai at the age of 11. He takes part in a reality dance competition called Chak Dum.
Yeah.
And Sparsh goes on to win it. Kudos to your parents for sending you here. I'm sure your mother must have traveled with you.
Yeah, she's the support system.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
And how is it when an 11-year-old kid comes here and takes part in wins in this competition? Does he tell himself, I'm going to come back here and be an actor someday? Or did you just say, oh, you were too young, you enjoyed the experience and went back?
Actually, I was too young to think all of that. I just came here. I remember I came to the station Dadar. Like sitting back in Agra, you think Bombay, okay, everyone is waiting for you there and they're going to come and welcome you. That reality check gave me a shock. But then did Chak Dum Dum and won it. Pretty a surreal moment, yeah.
Do you get to practice your dance a lot still, Sparsh, or has acting taken over that you're not able to practice your dance that much?
I'm not being able to practice my dance that much, but I'm trying to cope up. I'm doing my freestyle at home as much as possible. Whenever I get a chance to dance, I do.
Okay, so that was the first time. Then Bombay came calling when you got cast in Ballika Vadhu, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Or was there some other series before
Yeah,
that?
there was this show called Shake It Up Mumbai. So Soul Production was.
Fazila and Kamna.
Correct. Fazila.
Amazing. Fuzz is such a wonderful director. They do Coffee with Karan. They're doing the Urfi Javed show right now. Yeah. So you got cast in that, is it?
Yeah, so they were looking for dancers who can act, and I've just come out of Chak Dum Dum, so I got a call from them and they did audition. That's how I got rooted towards acting.
And you must have been, what, 2 years later, about 13.
13 hours. Yeah.
And again, did you come here and stay with mom? Mom was here with you?
Yes, mom has always been here.
And that was in a hotel accommodation.
Yeah, not a hotel accommodation. It was a guest house, sort of something, a shady guest house. They didn't do the production didn't take care of it. I was doing it on my own, but was not aware of the culture, how the flat and the house residency work here. So I took a guest house. Yeah.
This is very interesting. So now at age 13, are you convinced you still want to come and be an actor?
Yeah. Now
That was the point. Yeah, that is the point.
Now I am. Yeah.
Wow. So the show happens, you go back to Agra, and then you tell your mom and dad that, boss, now is the time to now go back and do the proper hustle.
I think back then also I was really young, and but I think somewhere I was pretty sure that now I want to be an actor. That वो जो कीड़ा था वो लग चुका था तब तक. Yeah.
It's fantastic, yeah. But was there any kind of opposition? Did dad say, BA khatam kar le, whatever, graduate to hona chahiye? Did mom say, think twice about this? Or was there a wholehearted support?
I think post Chak Dum Dum, what my parents noticed that, okay, he's capable of doing things and he's doing good in it. So I think वो एक confidence उनमें आ गया था तब तक post Chak Dum Dum. So they never stopped me and mom never stopped me. She was always supportive. पापा का थोड़ा सा एक resistance था शुरुआती दिनों में कि डांस में कोई करियर नहीं है, ये नहीं है, like no that's. But then when he saw me achieving Chak Dum Dum, winning it as a dance reality show, I think that's when he started believing and supporting in the career.
That's beautiful. Sid and me spent some time together during ye Kali Kali Aankhein, his show, and there are 2 seasons of that on Netflix. And I found that he's got a great instinct as a director. And to work with him must have been almost like going to school for an actor.
Absolutely. I think I have really improved while doing ballika, vadhu with him. I'm really fortunate, touch wood, too, that way, because a lot of time, people say that serial ki acting to serial jaisi hoti hai, you will not grow, it's a stuck work. But then working with Siddharth Sen Gupta sir, I think I have learned a lot. My craft have improved, the sense of lighting, how to learn your lines, how to perform, how to be organic, how to be raw. I think that's what I've learned under his guidance. And till date, I ask him for if any advice I'm looking at.
Lovely. That is my next question. You're sitting in Thane, if I'm not mistaken, and this is the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, how do you know that?
And somebody gets in touch saying, I'm Aamir Khan. I tell you, if anybody got in touch with me like that, I would still believe it because I'm a journalist and I've been in the business for a while. But for an actor, the first thing you must have said was Bakra.
Sir, absolutely. I think the first, he was like, hi, this is Aamir. He actually typed me on WhatsApp. He was like, hi, this is Aamir Khan. मुझे आपका काम बहुत पसंद आया जामतारा में. If you're free, I would love to talk to you. I'm like, मैंने जामतारा किया है. कोई मेरे साथ ही scam कर रहा है. Someone is trying to fool me up. I was like, मैं नहीं मानता. मुझे voice note भेजो. कहते आपके पास अगर 2 मिनट हो तो मैं आपको वीडियो कॉल करता हूँ. That video call, and he was sitting on the other side. Pretty magical. I was shivering.
Lovely. And what did he say? He wants you to audition for Laapataa ladies, eh?
No, he didn't mention that back then. I think it was there in his head that this boy can audition for the part, but he didn't mention that. He only praised and asked for how was my journey, what all I have done, guiding me that, okay, be conscious about your work and all of that, what you should do, what you should not do and all of that. So yeah, little conversation there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at that point, you didn't get called for an audition?
No.
When did the audition happen then?
The audition happened like almost after a year and a half. Yeah.
I think he must have been thinking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, correct. I mean...
while you were shooting for?
While I was shooting for Jamtara season 2.
Wow.
That's when I got the call and auditioned for it. So it's almost a year and a half.
That's crazy. And then you're told, do you remember the scene that you were asked to audition for?
Yeah, for
Which one?
Laapataa ladies.
Yeah.
The scene I auditioned for got edited.
Ow!
So there's this particular scene, I think I'm giving an insight now. There's this scene when I'm asking Phool if you want to eat something. Should I get you water? Should I get you biscuit? What would you like to have? Because this female who have just got married is shy and not really comfortable with the husband. So I'm asking her all of that, and then suddenly the bus comes, and we have to hop on the bus and then take that travel from Murti to Surajmukhi, the gaon. So that was the scene, and it got edited. I hope they post it someday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see, unedited footage maybe come up on my timeline.
I was like, कुछ लेके आए का? पानी चाहिए, biscuit चाहिए, and all of that.
Sweet. How sweet. So wonderful. And was this only one round of audition, or did you do a series of auditions?
No, I did only one round of audition, and that our story itself. So I got a call from Romil. He was like, "Ki brother, this
Roman's the casting director.
Yeah, Romil is the casting director. Ki brother, this film is happening, and if you would like to audition, मैंने कहा भाई भेज दे. If you would like to, क्या होता है? भेज दे.
You know, Sparsh, what I loved about Deepak as a character is that his undying loyalty towards Phool, you know, and that is so different from what Hindi cinema normally shows. Hindi cinema normally in gaons they show, villagers ill-treating their wives, being very chauvinistic, male chauvinistic. And honestly, when a foreign audience watches a lot of our shows set in rural India, it's about how the men are so masochistic and the women are ill-treated. I think the beauty of Laapataa Ladies is such a women-centric story, but Deepak as a character's, undying love, which is so beautiful to see. And you must have loved that when you read it in the screenplay itself.
Absolutely. I think, a big goes to Sneha, the writer of the film. I think when a female writes male characters, it becomes, there's a beauty to that. That you miss on that machoism and you make your characters lovable and innocent. I think that's what really attracted me for the character also. Otherwise, a lot of people ask me that, do you think that were you sidelined, were you feel sidelined? Did it at any point of time come to your head if this is a female-centric film and आप सिर्फ side में रह जाओगे? मैंने कहा never. I think every time I've read the script, it felt beautiful, and I found Deepak really important to the film because he supports that women.
That's wonderful. And, to me, the beauty of Kiran's process is that anybody that Kiran works with, they become Kiran's friend. Which is quite wonderful, because if you see some directors, they're very withdrawn from their process. They keep it very professional. After the project is over, they move on to the next project. Some tend to get too emotional about it. Tempers flare, passions override. But Kiran is just the right amount. I mean, she develops this wonderful bond, wonderful friendship with her actors. And that must, again, have been very different from any of the other people that you worked with.
This was the first time when I was working with a female director. The type of improvement in me as actor as well as human I have sensed is, I think I'm touched with that because I've become a better person now. And working with Kiran ma'am, it's a fruitful experience. I think you definitely become a friend. And she have that ease in her work that even if the day is stressful, even if the unit is stressing out that the light is gone and the things are happening, but she makes sure that the actor is comfortable and the stress doesn't go to the actor, so that the performances are beautiful. I think she's really good at it.
Also, just being around Aamir Khan Productions is so important for a young actor. It's like a young cricketer who is starting off playing local cricket, Ranji cricket, suddenly gets an opportunity to spend time with Sachin Tendulkar, or suddenly gets an opportunity to spend time with Virat Kohli. Sessions with Aamir must have been like that. You just
Absolutely.
listening and hanging on to AK's every word.
Absolutely, and I think I think he's very sensible in that way because he knows that who is he sitting with. If he's sitting with us, he knows that these are the young chaps who wants to learn about life and needs to be careful of what not to do. So everything he talk about, he will not come directly on the face, but he will phrase his words, his sentence, his lines in such a way that it will teach you something. So I'm highly inspired by Aamir sir, highly inspired.
That's beautiful. I'm going to do a bit of a rewind to Jamtara now. I mean, Sunny, again, as a character, has been loved by so many people. Jamtara was revolutionary because before that, we didn't have an idea that this kind of scam was prevalent in such a deep manner. And I love that Sunny talks in a female's voice, with a very cool urban accent.
Yeah.
So how did you land that, man?
Jamtara happened really organic. I happened to audition in a place called Mahada, which is in Fort Bungalow, Andheri. People
Aram
will
Nagar.
No, no, not Aram Nagar.
Okay,
It's
inform me.
Mahada.
Yeah, yeah.
So Aram Nagar, people think that okay, this is a genuine place of audition. Mahada, people think that this is the place where casting directors are doing fraud, but that's so not true. I got selected from the place and happened to audition. I'll tell you an insight. In the beginning of the process of auditioning and getting selected, the makers were not really sure if we can pull it off because I was so urban and, you know, that Bandra boy looking space, and I was being a dancer that way, back in those days. So they were not really sure. I mean, they loved the performance, but they were like, was it a fluke or कर पाएगा नहीं कर पाएगा. So I was happening at मेरी बात हो रही थी हमारे casting वाले से, and he was like, यार makers are not really sure, they are dicey about it. मैंने कहा बोल दे कि no one can do it better than me.
Confidence, yeah.
तो पता नहीं मैंने किस confidence में बोल दिया, but it turned out right. I think everyone is really happy, especially the director Som sir. He was really happy after the season 1 performance. He was really happy.
And do the line again about the girl line.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम स्वाति मिश्रा है। बताना चाहूँगी कि आपकी लॉटरी लग चुकी है। अगर आपको इस लॉटरी का लाभ उठाना है तो मुझे आप 16 अंकों की डिजिट और 3 अंकों का CVV कोड बता दें।
Have you always been good at that, doing impersonations even when you were in school in Agra? Yeah.
No. I discovered it on the way, I think, in the Jamtara. So this was not meant to be for Sunny's character. It was
Wow.
It was a play that the director Somendra Pari gave it to every actor that whoever does it best will do this part in the series. And then I happened to win it. But I think me being a singer, me trying to be a singer and doing my riyaz and modulation, I think that really helped me.
Somendra Padhi is also a very wise man. He's like a sage. जैसे ऋषि मुनि तप करके आते हैं, that kind of guy, you know. So it's wonderful that in such an early stage of your career you met guys like Sid Gupta, Aamir Khan, Kiran and Somendra Padhi. Learnings from Somendra. Tell me about that.
What a director, I think, you know. So suppose being in serial world was like a school to me. And then I did my graduation with Jamtara. I think it feels like a graduation in my craft. Jamtara have been really, I'm really fortunate to be a part of that series because the type of makers I've met, the type of actors I've met through Jamtara is amazing. I think they all are highly honest. If I do a shitty work, they will come and tell me that ye tune hak diya. But if I'm doing great, they'll come and tell me ki, good job, keep going on the same path. It's hard to find such people. And I think Som sir is one of the directors who will look inside your soul because, you know, he is that director. You can't wear a mask in front of him. You become naked and you surrender. I think that's his beauty. It's nothing to be from my end. That's his beauty, that he makes his actor so comfortable that, you know, they surrender. They completely surrender. They become naked emotionally. And yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to be a part of it.
In between, an interesting project for you. One is, of course, Aamir Khan Productions, a dramatic film, a dramatic entertainment film called Vatan, which starred Sara Ali Khan. And I was very, very impressed by that film because at the basis of it, and please, all of you who are listening and watching, please go watch it. It's about the radio.
Yeah.
And how, you know, the radio was used in our freedom struggle. You know, before, and to me, radio still is the father of podcasts, is the father of everything else that's happening today in the internet, you know.
Definitely.
And how our freedom fighters use that. And it's a very interesting character because I think, you know, Sunny also gets beaten up and he's, you know, he's stumbling upon and he has physical problems because of other reasons. But a polio afflicted guy is not easy to do. So talk to me about the prep for that particular role in Vatan. It's a film that stars Sara Ali Khan, Imran Hashmi, and of course Sparsh Shrivastava.
Yeah, so when I landed on that character, I was worried about the body language because I wanted to convince the audience that, okay, this person is polymatic. And I highly depend on my two things, my eyes, how my character's eyes are, and the body language. So I came up with some weird ideas. I was like, should we, you know, try and put an anesthesia injection in my leg and, you know, then just feel it, how it feels. But that was a mad idea. I didn't do it. But yeah, I think the preparation gave me a lot of that walk. We used to gel up with the polyomatic persons. हम उनसे उन लोगों से मिल रहे थे और एक doctor थे, he used to guide us that how polio people walk. A lot of videos we were watching. So I think that really helped. But it was painful because all the time my leg is twisted and I'm walking with that throughout the day. So after a beat in my normal life also I was walking a little teda for a while. But it was a prep. It was a prep, yeah.
And did you manage to hang out with Sarah and Imran, outside of work, or have conversations with them? And what did you feel?
So me and Sarah are good friends. I mean, we still talk sometime whenever she wants to know something and wants to get in touch with. We always get in touch. If I
Does
want
she
to.
share some of her knock jokes with you?
I think now she has stopped that. She has stopped doing that. But she's turning out to be a conscious actor who wants to do good work and wants to improve. I think she's highly talented. She just needs the right makers and the people who can tap who Sarah as an actor really is. I think she's there to give you phenomenal performances in the future. So yeah, I'm in touch with Sarah, not with Imran sir that much, but Imran sir is equally amazing. I remember when there's a scene in the film where Fahad, my character, and Usha is having a climatic moment where who will go to sacrifice. And then I'm like, no, I want to do it. And Sarah, the Usha character is like, no, I want to do it. So I was really worried about that scene because we didn't prep that. And then Imran sir was so nice. We were at his house and he was so nice. He sensed that I'm worried about this particular scene. We were reading his scenes though. And he was like, you should practice that at my house. So he offered that and we happened to rehearse it one day before the shoot. It really helped.
Wonderful. What to you is solace away from work? Sometimes when people come from out of town and become Mumbaikars out of work and it becomes their karam bhumi, they just obsess about work. What do you go back home to?
I go back home to music, I think. Matlab, music is something which, release all the stress. I love going back to nature. Uh, there's a place in Mathiran that's I often go to that. I go back to my hometown Agra to meet my friends and family out there. I think it's always a reality check that where have you come from and what's the world like. Like being in Bombay, you sometimes forget the other world around you. You don't know that okay, there's ऐसी भी दुनिया एक है. So I think that's sorry, yeah.
And are you classically trained, Hindustani classical, or you just picked up music by listening to
Honey Singh
greats?
did that only to me. Honey Singh did that only to me. While I think all those love doors and all of that were coming in. Bluetooth era. Uh, I got kicked. Back then I wanted to make music and I went to some person and I was like, I want to start with a YouTube channel. And the person was like, okay, 10,000 रुपए लगेंगे. मैंने कहा 10,000 रुपए लगेंगे. नहीं है. The dream got shelved, but I think everything is, meant to be for the right time. So yeah, now I'm back to music.
So what kind of stuff can we expect when you're working on your album or your EP now? Is it going to be mainstream pop? Is it going to be filmy? Is there going to be a bit of hip hop in there? Or what's going to be
I think
there?
it's gonna be versatile. The first few numbers I'm gonna come up with are dance numbers. You'll have the folk touch to it, with a very new EDM and house touch to it.
Nice.
So my genres are really versatile. I think I have been that versatile person throughout. Like while doing Chak Dum Dum, every episode I was performing a different dance style. The type of characters I choose and put a style to it is so I think I'm a versatile person. So you'll have a variety of it.
And are you going to write the lyrics yourself?
I
Or do you
write
have
my
a writer?
lyrics. I
Oh,
write
very
my
nice.
lyrics. I compose
So
them.
you're a singer-songwriter yourself, man. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I do compose them as well. So yeah,
So, and the fact that Sajni became such a massive hit off
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Laapataa Ladies album must make you so happy, man. I mean, even today,
Yeah.
it's in the top 10 lists of a lot of people who just bang out playlists.
yeah, it's hitting the charts. I think.
So tell me, what's up next, man? I mean, I know you guys are bound by very tight contracts. You can't talk too much about it, but have you started filming for your next thing?
No, I'm under the prep. For the next, I think whenever it's closer to the release or we are announcing, I think we'll talk about that. But something was on release, Dupahiya. Dupahiya is an Amazon web show. Amazon have announced it. The date is not finalized yet, but they have announced it in the slate. There's one film which is an edit, shot in Ladakh. exciting stories around it. So I think whenever we are close to release, we'll talk more.
And
about
Tupiya is, who's the director?
it. Sonam Nair.
Oh, very
Masaba,
nice.
Masaba,
Masaba,
directed,
Masaba, yeah. So that must be great, man. We
Yeah.
got to have you back chatting about that.
Yeah.
So, I believe you're a dog lover.
I have 5 dogs.
You still have 5 dogs.
Yeah.
So who takes care of them when you're here? For example, dogs are like humans, man. They need attention.
Yeah. So अभी मैं अपने एक दोस्त को छोड़ के आया हूँ घर पे because they definitely need a person at home. Otherwise they will make the house mess. तो उन्होंने मेरा पूरा सोफा फाड़ दिया है.
And what breeds are they?
Indies, adopted.
All Indies.
Yeah.
Amazing, Sparsh.
Adopted, yeah.
And this is the way it's always been. Even at home in Agra, you've got like also.
Always been. I think my mom is a bigger dog lover than me.
Wow.
So आगरा में भी जो जितने भी कॉलोनी के आपके कुत्ते होते हैं उन सबको खाना देना and then whenever she's walking somewhere the bunch of 25 dogs are walking with her. So yeah, that have always been a scene. So yeah, now in Bombay as well.
Superb. Can you sing something for us?
Oh, I think I can try singing Sajni Re for now.
Yeah, do that. Let's have it.
हो सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात कैसे हो तुझसे बात तेरी याद सताए रे हो सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात कैसे हो तुझसे बात तेरी याद सताए रे.
Lovely. You have the right husk to your voice. Yeah. So Ravi Kishan is quite a character, huh? Did you?
He's Adbhut.
Adbhut. That's his favorite line.
He's Adbhut.
So you must have got along really well with him, yeah?
I did
Amazing.
fantastic. I think Ravi Kishan sir, you know, being a Sansad, being that much in power, again he's really innocent. You know, he's pure at heart and he's the pure soul of an actor. Whenever he comes to the set, he doesn't bring that Ravi Kishan, the superstar, the Sansad to the set. He is always coming as a learner. I think that's the beauty.
And the 2 girls,
Yeah, definitely.
they've done such a great job.
Yeah,
and you know, are you mates with them? Are you friends? Do you guys hang out? Do you party?
All of us.
Lovely.
I think a few days back, they met after the Oscars announcement. I was at my hometown. So they all meet. We meet. I think last night we were together. तो हम लोग मिलते रहते हैं सब.
Lovely. Guys, keep an ear out for Sparsh Shrivastava and his amazing work. Go and watch Laapataa Ladies again. Everton again. Jamtara, you have 2 seasons. And I don't know if you can find old copies of Chak Dum Dum on YouTube.
You can.
Where you can see him as a kid doing his dance thing. Bro, it was great fun. This is an amazing interview. Yeah?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cheers. All the best.
Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.